Erik and Wade, throwing bets like haymakers. UFC fight night, no faking these heartbreakers. Punch stats, bankrols, and scorecards never fold. Etoft21sports talking bold like this catching gold. Eric saying underdogs got swagger. Wade counter champs got a clan and jaw won't stagger. Money on the line, bets as sharp as a dagger. Hot cops bling flashing lights, heavyweight bagger. Etoft21 clashing lines, no surprise. Eric Wade in the ring, shouting on, shooting high. Fight night dreams, cold cash gleam in their eyes. Betting broad, UFC calls on the podcast sky.
We've reached the part of the podcast. We're going to talk some UFC Saudi Arabia. And who better to come on than Wade, better known as Top Flight Wagers on social media. Wade, how are you doing today, my man?
Fantastic. It's Friday, man, so no complaints. Got a good card, really good matchmaking. It's hard for me to make bets in this on this one coming up, to be honest with you. And it starts here in what, 16 hours or so. So
yeah. 10 a.m. start, which is great for my old ass. So that means I can watch the whole card, and I have to worry about going to bed and missing the main event, which is lovely.
I wish I started for 10 for me, man. I'm lucky.
Also in this 14 weeks, I think 14 weeks in a row of UFC programming for UFC events.
I think it's 9, right? Oh, I looked. I thought it was 9 straight weekends of UFC, so I'm not sure what. Maybe I missed something.
I thought it was 14.
You could be right, completely right. I looked ahead and I thought I saw that we had 9 straight weeks.
I could be wrong. We're obviously going to be in Saudi Arabia, which I don't know. These cards are always good just because the government pays for them. So because the government pays for them, they're going to be solid. They don't want anything. It's not the UFC just sending people over there. You know what I mean? They demand it to be a certain quality. I'm trying to bring this up right now. Sometimes like my computer is just like on point, and there's certain days my computer is being difficult. And this is one of the days. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm looking at list 11 straight on the Wiki page, which is pretty cool. But we're not talking about that. Let's dive right into it. We each have a bet in the opening fight, and we're on the same fighter. You got a little bit better price. You beat me to the punch. Why don't you tell me your thought process?
Yeah, when I saw Hamdi Abdulwahab, I saw that fight listed. I've known that he has been suspended for going on 2 years now, I believe, because he's been cracked with PED use. He is Egypt's first UFC fighter. He's also a national Olympian wrestler for I believe, is it Egypt as well, right? Or was he for representing another country? Iran?
I believe Egypt. I'll look while you speak, my friend.
I thought he was. I know he's from Iran. I thought maybe he represented somebody else in the Olympics. I think he did represent Iran. Either way, I'm just not a big fan of Jamal Pogues. I know that if he gets on the ground and gets on top, he's gonna be hard to get off. But I don't think he's gonna get in that position. Being an Olympic wrestler, I just trust those fighters more, even though this is usually a spot I don't like to put money on. He's been away from the UFC for 2 years. Guys like that, you just don't know what they're going to come in looking like, but we also don't really know how active he's been outside of the ring. I believe in 4 of his previous fights, he had finished all by knockout. I think he has multiple paths to victory here. I think he can crack Pogues on the feet. And I think for sure if he needs to, he's going to wrestle, and he's going to be the better wrestler in this situation. So it's pretty easy for me to jump on this, especially when I saw plus money. I'm not sure how long it stayed there. I've obviously, after we talked, I noticed that the line's now minus 120, it looks like. So obviously money's coming in on him, probably for good reason, because in the UFC, a lot of times if you back the more accomplished wrestler, they usually get the job done. So I don't think Pogues is a danger on the feet at all. So I'm pretty confident with this play. Having said that, these are positions normally to stay away from when a fighter has just been away for so long. But I like his pedigree on the ground. So
I got him. Granted, I got him minus 112
Yeah,
later.
that's still a good price.
Hamby, when we look at it, elite Greco-Roman wrestling, Olympic wrestler, 75% success rate, getting the fight down.
Nice.
When we look at Progs, he lacks the defense ability to stop Hamby's relentless takedowns. We look at Hamby, all his wins prior to the UFC were by TKO or KO. Has a strong clinch game, heavy shots make him dangerous in these close exchanges. Lands a 3.87 significant strikes per minute, higher accuracy than Progs. Pace and control, strong clinch control, wrestling ability to dictate where he takes the fight. He's going to be able to neutralize Progs' reach advantage. Now, when we look at Progs' limited takedown defense, but the thing that sticks out to me is he tends to grind out decisions instead of delivering stoppages. So if this gets to a situation where it's going to be on the mat, obviously this is going to favor the Olympic wrestler. You know what I mean? So I just think this is going to be one of those things where you just see Hamby get this to the ground, able to get some damage while they're in the clinch position. I think he's going to win decision, but I'm just going to play the money line at minus 115.
Yeah, man, this is it's a risky position. I'm not gonna lie. I'd like to be truthful about that kind of stuff, and it's risky putting money on a guy who hasn't been actively fighting. But I think that really does fall in line with more strikers. When you got a guy who can seriously wrestle and grapple and get things to the ground and control, and then his opponent also, when you can get Pogues on his back, he's just like gonna lay there. He really can't do anything. If he's on his back, I guarantee that round will end probably with Pogues on his back. So,
all right, let's jump right into it. Your second bet.
Second bet. These are gonna be our picks on the main card here. So that was our one of our favorite picks
Undercard.
on the undercard. So here's a main card. I'm gonna go with Mike Davis here. Tough one here again. Fareed Zaim is very, very tough. He got his first finish in his last fight. And Mike Davis is also one of those guys who's a little bit older. He's a little bit more experienced. He's very powerful with the strikes. I love the way he transitions into his wrestling and takedowns. His takedown accuracy is 53%, whereas Zaim's is only 36%. Davis averages almost three takedowns per fight, and he lands significant strikes of 5.35 per minute, per minute compared to Zaim's 3. So he's almost beating him 2-1 in the significant strikes. He does absorb a bit more because his defense is a little bit more lacking. But I do believe with Davis's history, his experience, I think he can win this in multiple paths. He can fight on the feet. He can take it on the ground. I just think that his power is going to be overwhelming for Zaim, and I'm not sure he's going to be ready for that. And then if Davis gets in trouble where he gets cracked for some reason, I trust him to find a takedown. I trust him to keep it there, and I trust him to do some damage on the ground. So I'm getting Mike Davis at a minus 130 money line here. I like this line here for him.
I like it. I like that one too. My next bet on the overcard is I am going to Oliveira plus 138. When we look at his striking pressure and volume, 5.87 significant strikes per minute, he's going to have the clear volume edge. He's got the athleticism and the footwork to create tactical problems for Nurmagomedov. I totally butchered that on the feet. Also, when we look at Oliveira, he's never been submitted in MMA. It's going to help counter the guillotine threat of Nurmagomedov, and Nurmagomedov tends to fade after the midway point, making Oliveira's pace a huge factor. While not great defensive wrestler, he is going to have the strength advantage, which I really feel like when people see this last name, they immediately just go to Habib. This guy is not even in the camp. He's not even in the family. And he has sloppy takedown attempts. Oliveira, dynamic, versatile fighting style. He switches stance with a variety of striking angles, aggressive approach, ability to take the fight directly to the opponent, create a high pressure environment, tactical matchup. You know, when we look at it, Nurmagomedov has a tendency to get backed up against the fence. This is aligning with what Oliveira is going to want to do with his forward pressure. Also, I think Oliveira is going to be able to cut off when Nurmagomedov looks to circle out and control the cage. I think this gives him a huge strategic advantage. And I'm going to say it, if this kid wins, the UFC is going to get so behind this kid promoting him. I really like Oliveira. I think he's live here. I'll get him at plus 138.
Yeah, I think that's a tough fight to predict here. I think it can go either way. So I debated putting some money on Oliveira to win inside the distance. If it goes to a decision, get my money back kind of thing. Because but I don't know. I think he can also eke out a decision too. So it's tough to pull that trigger.
Let's go to your next fight. What say you, my friend?
Yeah, this is my favorite play on the card. I actually ran this for 3%. Pairing for minus 147, which I got that on MGM. I think every other book it's higher than minus 150. Taking Shamil Gaziev, and I'm playing him with Muhammad Naimov. Naimov's probably my favorite pick on this card. He has the height and the reach advantage over Ofli, and he also lands almost 2 times as many significant strikes per minute while absorbing slightly less. On top of the striking, he can also take it to the ground as he averages almost 2 takedowns per match. He should look to push the pace, press forward, find his strikes. I do believe he's going to do quite a bit of damage on the feet. And then if he needs to, he'll get it in the clinch and he'll cause some damage in the clinch. So I really like Naimov. I think he's actually going to finish this fight. And then obviously Shamil Gaziev. Thomas Peterson's one of those guys kind of hard to figure out, but I do think Gaziev is going to run right through him. And I think the odds kind of show that. The books think so. He's like a minus 300 something favorite. And I really don't think they're wrong there. He has ability to obviously win this fight in multiple ways, and those are the guys that I've said I just like to back. He can definitely win this on the feet. He's definitely the better striker, and I think if he's on the ground, he can cause more damage. Obviously, if Peterson gets on top of him, any of these big fighters, if somebody gets on top, it's going to be hard. So the whole goal is just to not get on bottom, and I don't think Azeev is going to get in that position. I think his striking can nullify some of Thomas Peterson's wrestling, which is kind of what his whole game is. So I expect to see some solid striking from Gaziev. I think he's going to do some damage there, and then if he needs to, I think he can get it on the ground, get Peterson down, and do some ground and pounds. So I like both of those fighters here, Naimov and Gaziev, for my best pick of the night.
My best pick of the night, I'm going to Page, plus 164. Karate background, unique style. Page possesses the best footwork Shahir has faced, stemming from his karate kickboxing background. Diverse kicking arsenal, stance switching, unpredictable attacks. I think this is going to fuse Shahir, who hasn't faced a fighter with this style. When we look at Page's last fight against Gary, he was outstriking Gary, who's supposed to be one of the better strikers in the weight class. What Gary did is he switched it up, started taking this to the ground. And I don't think Shahir is going to do that to look to get this to the mat. And I think it's going to be a striking battle with Page, which Page gives the edge to. Now, look, I know Page is moving up a weight class. This dude is 6'2". Him having more mass on him is obviously going to be better and favor him. Page's ability to manage range and leap into striking these exchanges, I think that's huge. He can land counter punches when opponents throw kicks, which we've seen Shahir look to do in the past. Obviously, the countering kick by Page, which he excels at, slipping up the middle with straight punches when the opponent is off balance on one foot after a leg kick. Distance management, Page's ability to keep Shahir at range is going to frustrate the Russian and force a point fighting battle, and which is going to favor Page with 22 wins, only 3 losses. Page's experience in these high pressure situations, I feel, gives him a huge mental advantage. And I think he's got the mental advantage. I think he's got a cardio advantage, and I see a clear path with the striking advantage. Give me Page here, plus 164. 4.
It's very good odds for him. That's for sure.
Let's go ahead. Let's pull up the DraftKings here. We did pretty good last time. You know, we made it and we did a 50-50. This time we're going to enter a contest. I'm not going to lie. Until like the second to last fight, we were in first place. We finished with 580 points, finished 25th in the 50-50. So let's do a contest. We'll do a contest this week.
How's that even possible when we were on? I believe we played Marab, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, we finished 35th, but we only did with 25th, excuse me. But we did a 50-50. That's only where the top half get their money back. So we're doing a contest here. Obviously, you know, give me some. Who do you want to put in this bad boy?
I guess. Give me a second here. I need to expand my page so I can see this better. There we go. I mean, my favorite pick on the cards, where I'm trying to see what these prices are, is Naimov. I think he's going to finish.
Where do you see him?
Number 6.
Down here? Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, he's expensive.
We're going to take my boy Page.
Yeah, I think even if he doesn't win, I think it's probably going to go late rounds, and we'll probably get some nice striking points out of that. Man, Gaziv's expensive too. I like that one because I think he's going to win, and it's going to go later in the rounds. It's going to go later into the fight.
Who'd you say?
Gaziv. But he's expensive, man.
I know, but we can go to Ziev.
Maybe we'll remove that later if we need to.
No, my boy. I think he is live.
I don't know, man. He might get knocked out in the first round. Then what happens?
But dude, this is the thing. We're doing a contest. We gotta pay down. You know what I mean? He's gonna be so underloaned. I think Palovich. I think he'd be susceptible to being knocked down himself.
I think if I were to make a pick, I think I'd pick Rosenstruck to win the fight. But I am afraid Palovich is going to find a knockout.
I mean, we can take him out if you want.
Keep him there for now. We can keep looking through the card here and see what prices we need.
Let's put him out. Oliveira is only 7,500. Let's put in Oliveira. He's only 7,500. You want to put Davis in at 84?
Yeah, just put him in there for now. See what else. I can't believe Naimov is only 7,600.
So there we go. We're sitting.
Imavov. I can't believe Imavov is only 7,600. I think he's gonna win. I'm really not high on Izzy in this fight.
So you want to put him in?
I don't know. What do you think? What's your thought? You had your breakdown on this fight. What do you think about it?
I mean, I think it's going to go deep. I think Izzy's going to win by late TKO just because of his experience.
Really?
But I mean, if you're liking him, if you're liking the dog, man, and we're seeing 76, I mean,
it's just, you know, like we talked about, obviously those are the spots usually I would lose on these type when I'm betting these, is betting the kind of up and comer against the guy that's experienced. But this up and comer is somebody that's at least fought some really good guys up to this point. He knocked out Cannonier.
Yeah, which is good.
Pretty sure Adesanya fought him and he didn't knock him out. I don't know. It's tough, man. I'm not sure I'd even mess with those first two. I like the Grod because I think Grod's gonna, at least if it's gonna go to a decision. He's 8,300. He's at the bottom. What else do we need? How many picks? Oh,
we just got one more. So I mean, basically, it comes down to
put Grod in there, and then we'll see what else we want to move in and out if we want. Now go resort that to as the number one through whatever. What's McKinney's price? That's dumb.
9,200.
What do we got? Naimov, Page, Gaziv, Oliveira, Davis, Grod. What do you liking else here that we're not thinking about?
I mean, the only one
I think Jazavicius is going to win. I think it's going to go late, but I don't know how many points we can get from her.
Yeah, because she's going to sit on her. We don't know striking how much we're going to get, or even how many takedowns there's going to be. I do like the big guy, but like you said, he could get knocked out. He could get knocked out early. I mean, that's a boomer bust.
Pavlovich coming off 2 losses is just almost a too risky of a position to be in, I think.
So let's keep it what we have. Let's roll with these guys, and we will see what happens. Obviously, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this contest in a 50-50 contest, and then I will enter a contest, whatever this is, and kind of see how we do. We are 1 for 1 in 50-50, so let's see if we can keep it going, my man. Wade, I would like to thank you for coming on, talking a little UFC. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you on social media, my friend?
Just come find me at Top Flight Wagers. Come find me on X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Trying to get into a rhythm of doing more videos on YouTube, but as you know, it's kind of tough to do that every single day. Yeah, come check me out. We got a link in bio to join our Discord, where Eric also puts in some picks for us. You come join the Discord, you can get picks before they're ever released to the public. Even on our college basketball picks, those are out to the free world before it goes out inside the Discord before it goes to the free world. So come check us out there. I'm always running daily giveaways on X, so if you guys want some free money, come check me out. Just got to cash the bets that I tagged the giveaways to, and if we cash, we'll pay out. I've got a couple to pay out actually tonight that I've been kind of delayed on, so I need to get those paid out, and hopefully we'll have a good night tonight, man. Hopefully you got some bets going tonight, bets going this weekend, and good luck.
I'll be honest, I have no bets in basketball tonight. Literally
really?
None. I hated the card tonight.
I'm sitting here stressing right now because I took a position on Princeton, so I'm shaking in my boots right now.
The only thing I put in is before we recorded, I put in my Tennessee -4 for tomorrow in the good spot against Florida. So good luck, man, and we will talk soon, my friend.
Good luck.